Chosen ones. Before outcomes appear on earth, conclusions are formed in the unseen. Your life has already been examined in ways you cannot measure, and what was determined about you was not small, not temporary, not accidental. There is a recognition surrounding you that did not begin yesterday, and it will not disappear tomorrow. What has been acknowledged about you stands firm, regardless of who understands it, regardless of who questions it, regardless of who overlooks it. Hello and welcome, my dear friend. You know when heaven watching you, it isn't waiting for you to fail or stumble. No, heaven has been leaning in. Angels have stood still in awe of you. Why? Because you did what so few souls ever dare to do. You chose the harder path, the path of truth, the path of love, when everything in you could have chosen something easier. And when you made that choice, heaven noticed. Think about this. We've been heard that even angels long to look into the mysteries of God's work in humanity. You are that mystery. Your life has been unfolding in ways that even the heavenly hosts study with amazement. They saw you at your breaking point, and instead of collapsing into bitterness, you kept walking forward. They saw you in your silent sacrifices. Nights you cried in secret, mornings you rose when your body begged you to give up, and they couldn't help but stand in awe. It wasn't the loud, public victories that moved them. It was the private battles, the ones no one applauded, the ones you thought no one saw, but heaven did. The very moments you thought were wasted, those became the moments that made heaven stop and take notice. Let me put it this way. If your life were a symphony, there are certain notes only heaven can hear, notes so subtle, so sacred, that no audience on earth would ever notice them. But the angels hear them clearly, and when they hear those notes, the sigh you gave instead of shouting back, the kindness you chose instead of vengeance, the faith you clung to in the dark, they are struck with awe. You see, anyone can sing when the stage lights are bright, but to keep your song alive in the midnight hours, that's rare. And that's why heaven was shocked by what you did. You didn't let pain harden you. You didn't let betrayal define you. You didn't let failure become your identity. You kept going. And in a world where so many give in to bitterness, your perseverance is radical. It sends ripples through eternity. This is why angels stood in awe of you, because you became the very sermon they've heard for centuries, but now lived out in flesh and blood. You became the living testimony of God's grace. You are what it looks like when someone chooses light, even when surrounded by darkness. And maybe you don't see yourself that way. Maybe you're still caught up in the ordinary details of life, the bills, the disappointments, the routines. But in the spirit, your ordinary moments have been extraordinary. Every quiet act of integrity has been echoing in heaven's halls like thunder. Think about the last time you could have retaliated, but instead released it. The last time you could have spoken words that cut, but instead you chose silence. The last time you could have compromised, but instead you held your ground. Each one of those decisions may have felt small, but heaven saw them as monumental. And here's the truth. Those choices changed you. They made you into someone even you don't fully recognize yet. Stronger, wiser, sharper, more radiant. You may not feel it all the time, but in the spirit, you are glowing. Your resilience has turned into a light so unmistakable that it unsettles even those who don't understand you. Heaven is not shocked because you're perfect. Heaven is shocked because you kept saying yes when every part of you had reasons to say no. That's what makes you rare. That's what makes you chosen. Angels are not easily impressed. They've seen wonders beyond imagination, light colliding with darkness, time bending to God's command. Yet still, they pause when they see you. Because while they've seen miracles, they've also seen humanity break under the weight of despair. They've seen people curse God when storms hit, but then they see you, still holding on, still loving, still choosing to walk in the direction of faith. And that, my friend, is a miracle in itself. So don't underestimate what you've done. Don't minimize the weight of your obedience. Heaven has already recorded it. Heaven has already celebrated it. And soon, the world will feel the results of it. This means the choices you made in silence are about to bring forth fruit in public. It means the integrity that felt invisible is about to become undeniable. You became a soul that refused to quit, a vessel that kept pouring even when empty, a fighter that carried scars and still chose peace. That is not ordinary. That is not overlooked. That is heavenly. My dear friend, here is what you need to remember. You are already walking in a kind of blessing that cannot be taken back. God's hand has been on your life from the very beginning. And no matter how overlooked you felt, His love has never once loosened its grip on you. Sometimes we think blessings only arrive with noise, with sudden wealth, with applause, with open doors that everyone can see. But the truth is, you've been blessed all along. Every breath you still carry, every moment you didn't quit, every piece of light you held onto when darkness tried to take it from you, that was blessing. That was proof that God's love has never left you. It's easy to forget that, because the world trains us to measure blessings in visible ways. But God's blessings are often seeds before they are harvests. You've been walking with seeds of favor inside of you for years, and now the soil around you is shifting. The conditions are changing. What was hidden under the ground is about to push through the surface. One morning, and it may come sooner than you think, you're going to wake up and feel it. The air will be different, not because the world suddenly decided to value you, but because Earth will finally catch up to what heaven has already known. The alignment you've carried inside is about to reflect on the outside. It won't just be in one area. That's the power of divine favor. It doesn't stay in one lane. It begins to echo across dimensions of your life. Where you once felt pressed, you'll feel space. Where you once felt resistance, you'll feel ease. It doesn't mean life becomes free of challenges. It means the challenges no longer drain you the way they used to, because grace is carrying what once felt impossible. If you remain still a little longer than you used to, you will begin to see it. God's favor showing up in conversations you didn't expect, in opportunities that land in your hands without you having to fight for them, in the way peace starts filling rooms where you once only felt tension. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That is the reward of endurance. That is the return on years of quiet obedience. And here's what's powerful. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to beg for it. Favor is not earned like wages. It is inherited like breath. You already carry it. You are already marked by it. But when that favor begins to show, it unsettles people. Don't be surprised when those who once ignored you now watch you closely. Don't be surprised if some can't explain why they feel something different when you walk into the room. What they're sensing is not just you. It's the weight of heaven's approval finally manifesting on earth. Because all the times they doubted you, all the times they dismissed you, all the times they assumed you were finished, they had no idea what God was doing underneath the surface. They saw delay, but heaven saw development. They saw quiet, but heaven saw preparation. And now they will see what heaven has always seen. My dear friend, you are not waiting for God to love you. He already does. You are not waiting for proof of His goodness. You are living proof. The blessing is not on its way as if you have to earn it. The blessing is already here, waiting for the world to catch up with what you carry. Picture it. A tree doesn't stop being a tree when winter strips its leaves. It is still alive, still rooted, still growing in unseen ways. The season doesn't change its identity. It only hides what is inevitable. In the same way, nothing you've lost has stolen your design. The roots have been deepening. The life inside you has been multiplying. And now the season is shifting, and fruit is inevitable. Someday soon you'll realize you don't have to strain so much. You'll notice that what once drained you no longer holds the same power. You'll look around and see doors opening, not because you forced them, but because they were always yours. Earth is catching up with heaven. And when that moment comes, don't shrink from it. Don't second-guess it. Receive it with confidence, because every tear, every prayer, every act of love that went unseen was a deposit in eternity, and eternity is not bankrupt. Heaven always pays back with interest. So remain still, hold steady, not passive, but anchored. Watch what happens when God's favor begins to move through every dimension of your life. Health, relationships, finances, peace of mind, clarity of purpose, joy that doesn't ask permission to enter your days. It all begins to align, not because you manipulated it, but because you endured until the soil was ready. And here is the final truth. When you step into this season, you will not just feel different. You will be different, because God's love has been shaping you the whole time. My dear friend, that time is closer than you think. One day soon you will wake up, and everything around you will feel different, because it won't just be you holding faith quietly inside anymore. It will be the world catching up with what heaven has declared about you all along. And when that happens, it won't just be your breakthrough. It will be heaven's confirmation, echoing into every corner of your life. You were blessed all along. You were loved all along. You were never forgotten. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.